the ancient city of Argos. How long have you waited for this happy sight? Observe it. From here your father led the Greeks to Troy. Here that poor demented creature Ira wandered. There's a marketplace called after Apollo. Here a shrine so famous lies to your left. This is Mycenae. It is beneath our feet. Rich Mycenae, blood-red Mycenae, the murderous home of Pelops' sons. I carried you once from this place. Your sister snatched you from your father's corpse, and I received you into my hands, to rear you till you were man enough, to revenge yourself against your father's murder. The time is now, Orestes. The hour is now. The day is breaking to the birds' voices. The stars have shrunk. The night is nothing. Before a soul stirs out of their sleep, do not pause. Decide what to do. Do it now.
Best of men, your loyalty shines. A great steed may be on his last legs, but he still relishes the scent of danger. That's the spirit in you. Listen to me and I will tell you all, and if I miss the mark, tell me. When I went to Delphi to ask Apollo, how do I avenge my father's murder, the oracle told me this: I must use my own cunning to do the deed, and not trust arms nor men. In light of that oracle, when you get the chance, I want you to go into the house. Find out everything they're up to and bring it back to me. No one will suspect you. Your white hair, your tired face have transformed you. Tell them some story. Say you're a foreigner, you've come from Phocis, sent by Thanateus. He's one of their bosom pals. And then, on your oath, you must swear, Orestes is dead. There was an accident. He fell from his chariot at the games in Delphi. Spin them that round. Go first to my father's tomb and honour it. We'll spill wine and leave a lock of hair as Apollo ordered us to do. We'll carry that bronze urn hidden in the bushes and entertain them with the deception that I am burnt to ashes. Will that bring bad luck? So what if the word is I'm dead, when the truth is I'm safe and sound, ready to earn my fame? Words used to advantage can't bring bad. I've heard of great heroes in the past once presumed dead, but when they rose again, the honour given to them was all the greater. My sad story will do just that. I will blaze like a meteor through my enemies. But grant me good luck. You, my home, my father's house, my father's land, my father's gods, for those same gods have hastened me here, to scrub you clean of stain. Don't send me from this place. Don't let me be dishonoured. Let me prosper. Let me put this house back on its feet. I've said enough. Old man, do what you have to do. I will do the same. The time's come, and no man cheats time.
Some servant woman is crying inside.
Electra! Can it be Electra? Can we stay till it breaks her heart?
We cannot. You must do what Apollo demands. He is a god. He knows what you should do. Hold wine on your father's grave, Agamemnon on his tomb, and he'll help us. And we'll succeed. We will succeed.
Divine light, sweet air, again hear my pain. 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 Have you not witnessed when morning breaks, my heart break, my heart break? When night falls, I do not feast in this house of ghosts, I lie alone. My father's dead. He did not die in war, he does not lie on a foreign shore. Here, at home, my mother's hands turn red with his blood. Adulteress. Adulterer. She and Aegisthus split him open with an axe. The tree fell, and Father, I am left to dwell alone in your house. My back against the wall, weeping, my dead father, mourning for my father dead. But I swear, while my eyes see the sun or stars in the sky, I will never cease to cry out to my pain and my complaint. I will be like the poor nightingale who killed her young, then sorrow raped her heart. That is the song that I will spill through this house where blood was spilt. I call upon Persephone. I call upon the dead. I call upon the Furies. Revenge my father's blood-stained marriage bed. Revenge my father. Send me back my brother. I can no longer stomach the sighs of my sorrow.
Electra, you're wasted away with grief because your mother's heartless you're left to mourn the full fate of your father.
She betrayed him, and her lover killed him. A dirty death is in store for sinners of that nature, and may the gods forgive me for saying it.
You are good people. You have come to comfort me. I do know that you have kind hearts. But you should know that I have a job to do, and that is to weep sore tears over my dead father. You pay kindness back with kindness. You are my friends. So I beg you, leave me be, leave me.
Your father is dead. You can't cry him back from his grave. Your prayers can't raise him up again.
You will die from all this grieving.
Will you not rest from it when it brings you no remedy?
It's pointless. Why do you persist?
It's a cruel child who forgets its father's cruel end. I'd sooner turn to stone and my tears into rivers.
You're not alone in your sorrow. Others share your burden. Your sister, her Sophocles, she feels your affliction too. Think of her.
Think of your brother in his sorrow, a young man far from his home.
Heaven send him here to us soon. Orestes will make Mycenae his own. He'll take his father's throne.
I have waited for him long years, crying barren spinster's tears. I am drenched, lamenting my fate. The many wrongs we've suffered, he knows them all. Not a word. I hear that he dreams he will come home. It's buried deep in his bones, so let him dream we must wait.
Have strength. Keep your strength. God is so great in heaven that he sees everything.
Offer up to him what's eating you inside.
Don't go on fire with hatred.
Remember this. Time is a gentle God. He heals.
Agamemnon's son may wander the plains of Chrysa.
He will not forget his father.
And the God of death will not forget either.
The best days of my life are finished. I have neither hope nor strength. I am a childless woman who is melting away. I have no man to protect me. I live like a slave in my father's house. I dress like a beggar and eat what's thrown to me.
A terrible cry greeted your father home, and he gave a terrible cry in return.
Woe of the axe cut him in two.
They were as cunning as they were passionate, and they did the deed.
Where did it spring from, this filthy act? Was it man or God?
That cursed day, that saw us night, at the feast to welcome him home. They cut my father like meat. They laid their hands upon him, took his life, took my life. Great God in heaven, hear me. Make them suffer, make them weep. May their power turn to nothing. May they die and turn to nothing.
Hold your tongue! Has it never dawned on you how much you make your own misery? You've hard on your agony. You're a feeble woman fighting mighty enemies.
I have harmed myself by the harm done to me. I know the hardness of my past. But as long as there is breath left in my body, I will not change direction no matter how harmful. Dear sisters, if you admit the truth, what word of comfort could console you? There is no end to my lamenting. There will never be an end to my sorrow.
Don't add sorrow onto sorrow. I'm speaking as a friend, a mother you can trust.
What limit is there to what torments me? Tell me, is it an honour to forget the dead? Is it in the nature of the living to do that? There sit such people, may they scorn me, And if I possess anything good that I value, may I lose it if I stop this morning. If I dishonour, if I forget my father, if a dead man is turned to dirt and nothing, and those who did it not pay the wages of their sin, if they themselves are murdered in return and the gods are dead, then there is no faith.
I'm hearing my own interest as much as yours. If I am wrong, have it your way. We will never leave you.
Women, I am ashamed I have upset you with speaking. Forgive me. I have to do it, I have to. Could any woman with good blood in her veins do otherwise? I see the suffering in my father's house. I see that suffering day and night. It gets worse, not better. First, look at myself and the mother who bore me. I hate her. And look at me, living in my own home with my father's killers. They rule me. They decide if I get or if I go without. How do you think I survive the days when I see him? I see Aegisthus sitting in my father's throne. He wears every stitch my father wore. He pours wine on the same fire where he murdered. And worse. What is worse? I see my father's bed, and his killer lies beside my mother. Mother. Is that a fit name for such a woman? She is so deprived. She lives with that obscenity. She fears no force of retribution. It's as if she's gloating over what she's done. Cattle are slaughtered and they dance. Every month she is sacrificed to gods that protect her. And I am the unfortunate woman, alone in the house, lamenting, wasting away, looking at the feast they call after my father. And I am not allowed to cry my heart's content. That gracious woman is full vent to her insulting tongue. You are full of hate, girl, you are accursed. Have you, and you alone, lost a father? Has no one else ever known grief? May the death be sore and the gods damn you. That is how she insults me. And then she hears Orestes will return. She works herself into this thundering rage. She roars, you are the cause of this, aren't you? You stole Orestes from my arms, you smuggled him away. You will pay the hard price that you deserve. She's following these words like a mad dog, and her noble husband stands urging her on. A coward, that deadly scourge, a man letting his woman fight his battles. And I will turn to dust, waiting for Orestes. Come back. Put an end to this, or I will die in misery. I hear that he is coming. Then he does not come, and so he's destroyed whatever hope I dared to hope. Women, that is how I lead my life. There is nothing holy anymore, nothing sane nor sensible. The world's so bad and so am I.
Tell me, I'm just saying this when Aegisthus is in the house. Is he away from home?
Of course he's away. I would not set foot outside the door if he were inside. He's in the country.
If that's so, I press you further.
Speak on if that will please you.
Your brother, will he come or not? We want to know.
He says that he will come, but he does none of the things he says he will do.
A man takes his time when he's doing great deeds.
I did not take my time when I saved him.
You know his heart is good. He will help his friends.
I believe it, or else I could not stay alive.
Say no more. For I see your sister, pray so for me. She's carrying offerings from the house to give to the dead.
What are you saying outside the house? After so long lamenting, will you not learn you are wasting your time? Your anger is useless.
I know well enough how bad our way of life is. I also know what my feelings are. With my power, I tell our masters that these are dangerous waters and we must move carefully. Nothing I do must threaten them. I want you to do the same. I know you have justice on your side decide and I do not, but they have power. I must obey them in everything if I'm to be a free woman.
You are your father's daughter, and you should be ashamed. You forget him because you respect your mother. You lecture me with what you have learned from her. You do not have a word to say for yourself. You make your choice. You be foolish like me, and you be wise and forget your own. You said if you had power, they would feel your hatred. You then betray me when I did all I can to honour my father. You tried to stop me. You'd be a coward as well as a victim, would you? You teach me or you listen to me. What would it profit me to stop this morning? Do I not have a life? A miserable life, but it is enough for me. And if I harm them, then it is an honour, a pleasure for the dead if the dead felt pleasure. You say that you hate them, but it's only a word. Your hatred, you live among them. You live with your father's killers. All the earth will cover me before I give in to them. Not if those words give you your pomp and your pleasures. You eat yourself full, and your life is a leisure. What I eat does not sicken my stomach. I have no desire to enjoy your privilege. You will not either if you are thinking rightly. You could be called the daughter of the most greatest of men. But you choose, as things stand, to be a mother's child. You are what you seem to be, a traitor. You betrayed them while you betrayed your own. Please, say nothing in anger.
There's wisdom on both sides.
Learn from her, and she learns from you.
I've grown used to her way of talking. I would not have broken breath, but that I did learn something. She is facing great danger. That would put a stop to her lamenting.
Great danger. What is it? Come on, tell me. If it's worse than what I endure now, I will not say another word.
Then I'll tell you all I know. They will lock you away from the light of the sun if you don't stop lamenting. You will be taken away from this country. You will be buried alive in a dungeon and left to mourn there. Take stock of that and don't blame me afterwards. You have the chance to show some sense.
They have decided to do that to me.
When Aegisthus comes home, yes.
Then let him come home soon.
You are crazed! What curse are you putting on yourself?
Then let him come. If the things you say he has in mind
may happen to you? What kind of madness makes you want to
get away from you all as far as possible.
You do not care to leave the life you lead now?
Yes, the life I lead now is wonderfully agreeable.
It would be if you had some logic.
And is it your logic to be disloyal to my own? Is that what you teach me?
I'm not trying to teach you that, but to bow the knee to those in power.
You can bow the knee. I will stand upright.
Honour demands you do not come to grief for being stubborn and stupid.
My father's honour I will defend, and if I must, I will come to grief.
But our father does not demand this. He will forgive us this, I know.
The words of the coward, and you said them.
Will you not stand with me and say them too?
Oh, I'm not so stupid.
Then I will go about my own business.
Where are you going? Why are you carrying those offerings?
For my father's grave, my mother sent me them.
What are you saying? She's making offerings to the dead of her worst enemy.
To the man she murdered. Is that what you mean?
Who persuaded her to do this? Who approved of this?
I believe she had a terrible dream.
My father! And my father's father will tell me at last.
Do you find some hope in her terror?
I can tell you that if you can tell me about her dream.
I know very little.
Very little may be enough to soon fade to another favour.
They say our father came back to life. He returned to the light of day. The sceptre he used to carry, the one Aegisthus carries now. My father took it and planted it beside the fire. It grew into a bough, thick with fruit. It cast a shadow over all my Mycenae. She told her dream to the sun. Someone near her heard and told me this story. It is her fear makes her so to the grave. I know no more. I beg you, by all the gods we believe in, do as I say. say, stop this foolishness or you'll come to great harm. If you cast me aside, you'll come to me regretting it.
My dear sister, leave nothing on the tomb. That woman hated our father. Neither God nor man will let her honour his grave. Give them to the wind, hide them deep in the dust. I will not disturb where my father lies dead. Save them for herself when death takes her. She is so without shame she dares to pray for the man that she murdered. Do you think the man dead in the earth will receive her offerings? She dishonoured him in death. She killed him like an enemy. She cut his corpse to ribbons. He drew his last breath as she wiped the blood of her hands on his head. Do you believe these offerings will clear her of the murder? That cannot be. Get rid of them. Go to our father's grave and cut a lock from your hair. Take this tangled one from my unhappy head. It's very little, but it's all I have. My belt tube is a poor thing, but give them to him. Kneel and pray that in his kindness he comes from beneath and helps us scatter our enemies. Pray that he will come and destroy all who stand against us. I do believe, I truly believe this, he sent these terrible dreams to her. Sister, do this and you will help the most loved of all men, our father. Our dead father.
Her words are holy. If you're wise, do what she says.
It is my duty. I'll do it. There will be no arguments. But if you care about me, good women, say nothing about what I'm doing. If my mother hears of it, it will be on my head.
It's easy seeing Aegisthus isn't here. At least he stops you shaming your family in the eyes of the world. Now that he's away, you show me no respect. Your constant refrain is that I am cruel, that I do great harm to you and yours. I am not a cruel woman. But I do abuse you because you abuse me so often. And your excuse is your father. Nothing else. I killed him. I know it well. I do not deny it. But I did not act alone. Justice killed him too. If you'd come to your senses, you'd be on her side. Tell me, this father of yours that you're constantly lamenting, tell me why he and he alone among the Greeks. Why did he sacrifice your sister to the gods? His child, that he had the pleasure to conceive, I had the pain to give her birth. Tell me why he did this. Explain. For whose sake did he sacrifice her? To the Greeks, would you say? But they have no right to kill her. She was my child. And if it was for his brother Menelaus that he killed her, should he not have paid the penalty to me? He cut her soft white throat. My Iphigenia, my child. If I had touched Orestes, he would have killed me. He killed my daughter. Why should he not die? Menelaus had 2 children. They ought to have died, not mine. Was it not for their father and mother that this war started? Did death want to grow fat on my children and not hers? Did your damned father feel pity for the children of Menelaus? Had he no pity for mine? I killed him. I made the only choice I could. For your father was a fool. He was insane. That's what she would say if she could still speak. My dead daughter. And I do not regret what was done. And were you dead, you would have demanded I did the deed. Before you judge me, judge yourself. Are you so sure of the ground you stand on? This time, don't accuse me of starting a quarrel. But if you deign to listen, I want to tell you the truth. The truth about my father and my sister. I allow that. If you had always spoken so civilly, I would have listened more to you. But listen now. You say that you killed my father. Whether you acted justly or not, what greater crime could you admit to? And I tell you, you did not kill him in the name of justice. You acted under the influence of an evil man. And you live with him. Aunt Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, why is she still the winds and owlets? No. Let me tell you, because we cannot question her, she is a goddess. They say my father was hunted in a grove sacred to their divinity. He startled a deer, a dappled horned stag. When he killed the animal, she heard him boasting. And in her anger, Artemis detained down the ships. A sacrifice had to be made. His daughter for the beast. That is how she went to her death. There was no other way for the army to go home or to get to Troy. That is why he sacrificed her. It was against his will and with great suffering. It was not done for the sake of Menelaus. But say you're right. Saying he had done it to help him, was that a reason for him to die at your hands? Whose law is that? You watch when you lay down the law, you may be laying down your own pain and punishment. If you must get what you deserve, if we were to take a life for a life, then you should die first. The excuse you make for yourself does not excuse you. Tell me this. Why are you begging the man who killed my father? He is guilty! You give him children! You cast aside your older children! We fear the gods because our father feared the gods, so I do not excuse your adultery. Or do you say that to us for your dead daughter? If you do, then that is beyond shame. You sleep with a dire enemy for your daughter's sake. I'm wasting my breath talking to you. You say all I do is abuse my mother. Mother, no. You torture me. You torture us all. I lead an unhappy life. I live with the constant cruelty you and your mates pour on me. And another child wears himself away in exile. Orestes, he barely escaped from your blood-stained hands. You often accuse me that I saved him to make you suffer. Well, know this. If I had the power, I would have done so. Turn out to the world! If you think me wicked, arrogant, shameless, good, that proves me worthy to be your breed.
There's a fire in her head, it's burning her up. She's not just, she doesn't care what she's saying.
What should I care about her? She has so insulted her mother. Will she stop at nothing? Has she no shame?
Yes, I do feel shame, even if you might not think so. I know what I'm doing is wrong. It goes against my nature. But you are malign. You are cruel. You forced me to act against my will, and if I shock you, then you taught me how to.
You are a disgrace. All I say and do gives you more ammunition.
All you say, all you do is your doing and saying. You find the words fit for what you do.
I swear by Artemis you'll face Aegisthus when he's home.
Please offer your sacrifice. Don't let me stop you. I will say no more.
Raise up my offerings of the fruits of the earth. I pray to the Lord to lift my terrible fears. Apollo, my protector, listen to my heart's secret. I am not among friends. I cannot speak openly when she stands near me. Her hatred and bitter words would spread lies through the city. Listen to me and hear my secret. Great Apollo, 2 visions came in dreams last night. If they bode well, fulfill them. But if they are bad omens, turn them against my enemies. If some plan to rob me of the wealth I possess, prevent them. Let me live a life unharmed. Let me rule the house of Atreus in this kingdom. Let me live among friends. Let my days be prosperous. Let the children who wish me no pain prosper too. God, Apollo, hear me kindly. Give to me and mine what we pray for. There is more that I want but cannot say. You are a god. You know well what it is. The children of Zeus see everything.
Women of Mycenae, is this the house of Aegisthus?
It is strange, you've guessed right.
Am I right to guess that this lady is his wife? She has a look of the queen.
It is the very lady.
Great lady, I bring good news from a friend to you and Aegisthus.
I welcome you, but want to know who sent you.
Phanetius, it concerns an important matter.
You come from a friend and your wife will be friendly. What is this important matter?
Orestes is dead.
Pray me down, what do you say?
Son Orestes is dead, I say.
Orestes is dead and I am no more. Be quiet. Are you telling me the truth, stranger? How did he die?
That is what I came to tell you. He came with the pride of Greece to the Delphic Games. When the first wage was proclaimed, he entered. A magnificent man, admired by all eyes. He ran as well as he looked. He won the great prize. No other man enjoyed such triumphs. Great cheers went to the heavens. Orestes has won, son of Agamemnon, leader against Troy. That's how things went. But the gods took their badness, and even the mightiest man will fall. The next day, at sunrise, the chariots were raced. He entered the list with many others. The first, Achaean, the second, a Spartan. 2 came from Libya, skilled charioteers. Orestes was next. His mares from Thessaly. The 6th were chestnut colts, hailed from Aetolia. The 7th, a Magdalene. And the 8th, an Aenean, hired by horses. The 9th was Athens, built by gods. And the last, a Boeotian, carrying the 10 chariot. The umpires drew lots and signed each his place. The brazen trumpets sound, the chariots start. The reins are tight, the steeds are ready. They shout, and the hot horses they clash of battling chariots. For each man goaded on the creatures before him. Each wish to pass the wheel in his panting steeds. The horses rushed in to foam. They drenched the rider's back and field. Orestes kept his horse near the pillar. He grazed the post and checked his pursuer, and so it continues. They are all enslaved. But beware, the milk wet, hard-mouthed Indian steeds. They fought between the 6th and 7th round. They dashed their brains against the Barcian chariot. One rider crushed into another's path, and the rest was a whole plain of Clytemnestra. The driver blackens. He knows his stuff. He slackens, stops, draws aside. The stage of chariots in complete confusion. Orestes stays in the rear. He's trusting in his finish. He sees the Athenian alone is left. He gives a roar to the racing horses. They rush on. They bring their chariots together. They're level. First one, then the other is in front. Orestes kept his near. The horse kept on course. Then, as the horse turns, his left hand relaxed. Before he knew it, he struck the pillar's edge. The axle creaks. He slides up the rail. He falls to the ground. The horse is mad with pain and rid of the corpse. A cry of pity rises for the young man. So brave and so bloody his end. Flung to the earth, his feet soaring to the sky. They free his corpse. No friend would know him. Disfigured and dirty with blood. They bury him on a funeral pyre. The Phoenicians. That magnificent man, now miserable dust, poured into an urn to carry to his home. That is a terrible story I have to tell you. For those who saw it with their own eyes, there was never a sadder sight.
Oregon houses over! Destroyed roots of grass! Oh God, what is this? Is it fortunate or terrible? Do I gain from it? It troubles me that I keep my life through my great loss.
Lady, why are you downhearted at my news?
Giving birth is strange. You do not hate your children, no matter how they treat you.
Then my coming here was in vain?
No, not in vain. Do not say in vain. Do you have proof that he is dead? The son that I gave birth to. I nurtured him at my breast, but in exile he turned from me. He left this land and never saw me. He blamed me for his father's murder. He swore revenge against me. Sweet sleep never closed my eyes day or night since. I live like a woman condemned to die. This day you have freed me from fear. The fear of him and that woman there. She was a worse torture. She lived in my house, draining my life blood. But now I will pass my days in peace for all her threats. Orestes, I can lament your fate, your mother mocks it. Am I not well off? No. But he is where he is. Goddess, Nemesis of revenge, hear what she said of her son. Nemesis has heard what she needed to hear. She's made up her own mind. Mock me. You are the winner in this. And will you and Orestes put a stop to this? It's we who have been stopped, not us stopping you! Adrian, if you had silenced that roaring mouth, you would have been well rewarded.
If all is well, then may I leave?
No, you deserve a better welcome. Come in, leave her to lament. She and her friends have plenty to cry over. Do you think that creature weeps for her son in pain and grief? No. She is gloating. Orestes, by your death, I die as well. I have lost you and my father. Now where can I go? I murdered my father. Do you call that justice? I will die alone. I will walk out that gate. If they loathe me, let them kill me. To die would be a pleasure. To survive would be pain. I have no wish to live. Where is the thunder? Where is the fire of the sun? And then look now and not see it.
Don't weep so loudly.
You're tearing my heart in two.
How do we do that?
Do not breathe a word of hope that he who's dead is still alive. Do that and you dance on my breaking heart.
A woman's golden necklace brought down
Phaearus had his champion, I too had one now snatched from me.
Your heart is sore, so is your vein.
I know that too well. My life is a river, it floods with grief and it never stops this flood.
We have watched your tears fall.
And let them still fall. Give me no hope nor comfort, my brother is dead.
All men die.
To die as he did. A poor young man tangled in the reins beneath the horse's brutal hooves.
Do not think of the horror.
To die among strangers, I could not touch him. He was put in the earth. We gave him no funeral. We shed no tears over him. My suffering, there is neither relief nor remedy.
Orestes is here. Do you know what I'm saying? Orestes is here, just as I am here.
Sister, are you mad? Are you mocking me and yourself?
I swear by our father, I'm not mocking. I'm telling you, we have him here.
Who has told you this story that you believe so easily?
I believe it because I saw the signs with my own eyes. I didn't hear it from another soul.
What have you seen that proves it? What evidence have you? What madness is in your mind?
Listen and learn from me, then say if I'm mad.
Speak on, if that will please you.
Then I'll tell you all I saw. I approached my father's grave, and there were streams of milk flowing, and round the urn, a garland of every kind of flower. I was astounded and looked about me.
Was someone watching?
Nothing stirred. No one. So, I crept nearer the tomb, and there, at the grave's edge, the fresh cut lock of hair! And my soul knew it was Orestes! Orestes! An omen, a sign from the one I love most in this world. I took it in my hands, I couldn't speak, my eyes were crying tears of joy. I knew it then, I knew for certain this precious offering was his. Who else but you or me could put it there? I swear to it's not my doing, nor yours, how can it be you? You cannot leave the house even to worship. Was it our mother then? That is not her way. And she could not have done it without us noticing. It is Orestes! These offerings at the tomb came from him! Dear sister, have courage. We are not always victims of the same fate. We've had our share of bad fortune. Maybe today it's time good.
Good girl, I pity your innocent wit.
Is my news not good news?
You are living in the land of dreams and you do not even know it.
How can I not know what I saw with my 2 eyes?
He is dead, my poor girl. Do not look to a dead man for salvation, that chances are gone.
No. Who told you this?
From a man who saw him meet his fate.
What man? Where? I can't fathom this.
He is inside with our mother. Her welcome was not cold.
No. No. Who left the wreaths? Who poured the milk onto the grave?
Someone kind has left the offerings to our dead Orestes.
I was the poor fool, rushing here with good news. I did not know our pitiful plight. Now I find new sorrows added to our old.
That is how things stand. Now listen to me. You must lighten the load of the burden that we carry.
How can I make the dead rise?
That is not what I said. I'm not insane.
Then what can I do? What are you asking?
You must bring yourself to do as I advise.
If I can do it, I will.
And remember, to succeed you must put your shoulder to the work.
I know that, and I'll use all my strength.
Then listen to what I am determined to do. You know, as well as I do, we've no friends here. Death has robbed us blind. We two are alone. While my brother lived and prospered, I had hopes he would appear and avenge his father. Now that he is dead, I am turning to you. You are my sister. I need a sister's help. We must murder. Don't back away. We must murder our father's murderer. Kill Aegisthus. Now that I spelled it out for you, I hesitate. What hope have you to look forward to? You have been cheated of your inheritance. Will you watch your life just withering away? Will you live unloved with no wedding bed? Don't dream married bliss is in store for you. Aegisthus is not that stupid man. He will not risk his destruction for your child or mine. Take my advice and you will profit handsomely. Your name to your dead father, your brother too. Your name will be holy to them. You will marry well. An honest woman delights all men. Consent, do you see, together, that we will win this. What friend or stranger will not greet us in praise? They'll cry, look at the two sisters. They saved their father's house. They looked their enemy in the eye. They avenged murder. Love them. Revere them at every feast. Honor their bravery. Our name will be celebrated far and wide. Our glory will live after death. Sweet sister, work with your father. Side with your brother. Save me from my sorrows and save yourself. Remember, shame is truly shame to the noble soul.
In matters like these, it's best to be cautious, both of you. Be cautious.
If she had a shadow of sense in her, before she opened her mouth, she would have exercised caution. But, good women, she doesn't. Just who do you imagine that you are? Full of fighting talk, and I'm to follow you. You are a woman, not a man. Do you know that? You are no match against those against you. They have the good fortune, we the bad. They are on the rise and we are sinking. Who would battle with such a mighty man? If you do, you will be eaten without salt. If anyone's heard your words, we're in deeper trouble. What good is glory if we die in disgrace? Dying is easy, but locked up, longing for death, and being denied it? That is beyond shame. I beg you, before we wreck ourselves entirely, restrain your anger. All you've said to me will be breath wasted. You are powerless. They have power. Learn to give in.
Listen to her, Electra.
Think of the future. Go easy. You must.
Just as I imagined. Before you opened your mouth, I knew that you would turn back. I'll stand alone, and I myself will do it. Though I want my own, it will be done because it must be.
Good for you. It's a pity you weren't so determined when Father died. What would you have done then?
My spirit was the same, but my head was not ready.
Try to keep that head on your shoulders still.
I've taken you a feast to help me.
I do, because you will fail.
You're wise. Well done, you're a coward, damn you!
You condemn me now, you'll praise me later. I'll listen to them one and the same.
You will never listen to praise from me.
Time will tell, we'll see.
Get from my sight. You are useless to me.
Useless I'm not, but you won't listen or learn.
Run to your mother. Tell her all about
I do
it.
not hate you that much.
But you do not respect me, and that's what I know.
Not respect you? I want to help you.
So you decide what is right and wrong.
When you return to reason, I'll follow you.
Very wise you are, and very wrong.
My words to you exactly.
Run along inside. Even if you begged me, I would never listen to you. It's insane to ask, it's impossible to do.
If you think you're wise, then so be it. Your heart will soon be sore you did not hear my words.
Consider the birds of the air, in a fragile nest they sustain, those who give them life and pleasure. So should we pay to those of our name that dead, that bond of nature. As God is just, guardian of all laws, no mortal escapes punishment. The day of judgment dawns, a voice that's truly heaven sent. Tell this to the dead below, tell Agamemnon this great sorrow. His house is desolate, the tides of war, where once was harvest, and now mourns Electra. She weeps for her poor father, like a bird who's lost its child. She looks upon his killers, and her heart is driven wild. Where shall you find on this earth a woman to match her worth, the wisest best of daughters? Electra mourns alone. She waits for her glory till stone turns to water. May I see you in that glory. May I see your blood restored. Your faith will change, it will come good. You feared God's law and you feared God.
Tell me, women, am I on the right road to my destination?
What are you looking for? Why are you here?
I've been looking a long time for the home of Aegisthus.
You've come the right way, it's here.
To tell them I've arrived. They've long been waiting for me.
This woman should do that. She's related to them.
Lady, could you tell them my potion is looking for Aegisthus?
Do not tell me you've come with proof positive to the story that we've heard.
What story? I was told to bring news about Orestes.
What news? I am shaking with fear.
He's dead. This urn, it contains all that's left of him.
I see it with my own unhappy eyes. I see the burden you carry, my burden.
Are you weeping for Orestes? This is his dust.
If those are his ashes, give me that to hold. I will weep for that dust and for myself. I will weep for my whole family.
Give this to her. She means no harm to it. She's a friend to him or one of his family.
Orestes, the man I loved most, this is all that is left of you. I sent you away from here full of hope, but your return has emptied all hope from me. Now you are nothing, and I hold you in my hands. The day you left, you were the light of day. You have destroyed me. My loved brother, yes. You have destroyed me. Take me with you. I am nothing. Let me turn into nothing with you. We live as one together on this earth. Now I want to die with you in the grave, for the dead do not mourn, they do not mourn.
Electra, you are mortal, your father Orestes too mortal. Death comes to us all. We have to face it.
What can I say? I cannot speak, but I can no longer hold my tongue.
Why do you say that? What is wrong with you?
Am I looking at the great woman Electra?
That is me, and I'm a sorry sight.
Yours is a pitiful story. So pitiful.
Sir, your pity is not for me, surely.
Your beauty has been broken and wickedly disfigured.
Yes, I am the woman your words describe.
They've stopped you from marrying. They've sentenced you to misery.
Stranger, why do you look at me and lament?
I've known so little of my own sorrow.
What have I said to tell you that?
Because you are marked by many sorrows.
You see only half of them.
What pain could there be worse than this?
To live with murderers.
Whose murderers? What evil are you whispering about?
My father's. And I am their slave.
Who demands this?
My mother. Who's only mother in name.
What does she do? Is she violent? Does she deprive you?
She's violent. She deprives me.
Is there no one who can help you prevent this?
There was one. And you showed me his ashes.
So long I've thought of you with pity.
You are the first who has ever pitied me.
I am the first to know your pain is my pain.
Who are you? Some relative from far away?
If these women are on our side, I can tell you.
They're with us, you can trust them.
Give that then to me and I'll tell you everything.
Please do not ask me to do that.
Do as I say, you won't regret
Do
it.
not take what I love most in this life.
I won't let you keep it.
Orestes, I cannot even bury you.
Be quiet. You have no reason to weep.
No reason to weep. My brother is
I
dead.
have no right to call him that.
Do you refuse to let me respect the dead?
You are refused nothing, but this doesn't belong to you.
It does. If this is his body.
It's not him, it's not Orestes.
Then where is his grave?
There is none. We don't bury the living.
Son, what are you saying?
All I say is true.
Is the man alive?
Alive as I am.
Orestes, is it you?
My father's signet ring. Am I telling the truth?
We're here, your voice again!
My voice, my mother.
Do I hold you in my
I
arms?
will be there forever.
Do you remember this? Look! It's Orestes! We thought him dead, no, now he's alive!
We see him, we can't be good fortune.
Darling, darling, son, you're here!
I'm here, but shh, wait.
What?
Best to be quiet in case anyone there should hear.
I swear by Artemis, I fear no one in that house. Those women are good for nothing. They are a waste of space on this earth.
Women can fight as well, you know that from experience.
You've brought back the old sorrow.
I know that too, but the hour's coming. We'll remember what they did.
I can tell what they did until the end of time. My lips have been long sealed, now they are free!
True, but mind how freely you speak.
Why?
Don't say too much until the time is right.
Who can be silent? Who can say nothing? I've seen you! I never thought I gave up hope.
You see me here because the gods told me to come now.
If the gods have brought you here, then this is their greatest gift.
I so mean to live in your happiness, but it's too great. You're frightening me.
I welcome you back with open arms. You're here! You've seen how I was suffering. Do not.
Do not what?
Take the light of day away from me. I find it in your face.
And find it there and no other.
Do you allow me?
I do.
Dear women, dear
Say
friends.
no more now. I know how vile our mother is. I know that Aegisthus wastes our father's wealth. This is not the time for these stories. Tell me what we need to do. How do we wipe the smiles from our enemies' faces? Do we reveal ourselves, or do we lie in wait? When we go inside, wipe the smile off your face. Weep as if the tragic story were true. When the battle's won, we'll have time to laugh.
Brother, I will do everything to please you.
Quiet! I hear someone coming from inside the house.
Are you two complete fools? Are you tired of living? Have you not enough sense to see the danger you've steeped in? I've been watching you and it's just as well. Those inside would have guessed what plot you're hatching. As it is, I've taken care to prevent them doing so. You've had your fill of welcomes and words of joy. Get inside now. Any more delay does us no good.
When I go inside, how shall I find things?
Everything's well. There's no chance they'll know you.
You told them I'm dead.
Here, you're dead in the grave.
What do they say at that? Are they pleased?
I'll tell you all when you finish this business. Inside, all is as well, or is as wicked as you'd expect.
Tell me, who is this brother?
Do you not see?
I have never set eyes on him.
Do you not recognize the man into whose hands you once put me?
What are you saying? What man?
The man you trusted to carry me to Phocis.
You are the only man who stayed loyal to my murdered father.
That's the man. Let that be enough. Ask no more
This is a
questions.
great day! The one good man in Agamemnon's house. How did you come here? You are the only one who saved us both from so many sorrows. I bless your hands. I bless your feet. I greet you as a father, for I think you are my father. And one day I hated and loved you like no other man.
That's enough for now. We've plenty of time to tell all Electra. But don't just stand here. It's time to act, you two. Clytemnestra is alone. There is no man inside. If you hold back now, you'll face an army soon.
No more time for words. Time to get inside. But first, we'll pray to the gods that guard my father's house. My father's house, my father's land, my father's gods, my father's house, my father's land, my father's gods, my father's
Francis,
my
breathing blood and vengeance, the hounds are on the trail, the sinners wait within, my house, my home is old, there's no escaping death, I have made you warriors of the little I possess, the house, and now I ask, Lord Apollo, smell like house, the god of war advances, breathing blood and vengeance, I fall before you are on the trail, the sinners wait within, our one must be serious, show to the gods of no escape from death, the champion of the dead, he's entered the house, ancestral hall of kings, his sword is now in blood. Good women say nothing, for the men will soon finish the work. What are they doing? They stand by her as she prepares the urn for burial. Why are you rushing out? In case Aegisthus surprises us. Do you hear, friends? Someone inside is crying out. I've heard that terrible cry. It frightens me. Listen and never cry. You had none for him. All the man who fathered him.
We're a happy city. This unhappy house.
A ghost was laid upon you. Man is being lifted. You struck me. If you can, strike her. Hit her hard. Strike her again. God help me. God help me. I wish the Aegisthus were with you. The curse has worked.
To dead live again.
Draining the blood of the living. Look, their hands are stained. Will you not condemn them? How have you fared, Orestes?
I fared well, if Apollo spoke the truth.
Is that foul woman dead?
Your mother will no longer displease you.
Stop! I see Aegisthus coming! Quick, back into the house.
Where do you see him?
He walks towards us. He's smiling, he's ours. Hurry into the palace. You don't love your work now. They'll finish it
We
perfectly.
will, don't worry.
Guess where you're going.
I'm on my way.
He matters here to me.
Speak gently to him. Let him walk quietly. It's the tread of justice.
Can any tell me where the Phocian strangers are? I heard they say Orestes died falling from a chariot. You. I'm asking you. You had enough to say before. You have much to lose by this, and you should know. Of course I know. I should know what's happened to those I love. Where are they? Tell me immediately. They're inside. Warm in the heart of their hostess. They truly say he is dead. They did. They even showed us the dead man. May I see the body too to make sure? You may. But it's an ugly sight. For once your words please me. Stay pleased, if you've reason to be. Throw open the door! Let all my female Argos see if you had hopes in this man. He is dead. Now, accept my rule. Or face the dire consequence. I've learnt my lesson. Time has taught me to side with the strong.
this man was laid low by angry gods. If that anger was justified, let me not say so. Remove the covering from the face. I must mourn for my relation.
Remove it yourself. You must look at this and speak kind words.
Well said. I will. Call Clytemnestra if she's in the house.
She's beside you. Look. Why are you frightened? Do you not recognize the face?
Who has set the trap I've fallen into?
Do you know you've been speaking to the dead?
Orestes. I understand it's you.
You are so deep and yet so long deceived.
You will kill me. First, let me say one thing.
Let him say nothing, brother. Not one word. He is doomed. Let him lie down.
Get inside. Words won't save you now. I want your life.
Force me into the house. If what you're doing is right, why do it in darkness? Why not kill me here?
Give me no orders. Get inside.
Is this house forever cursed? Shall be killing after killing forever?
Yes, shall be yours. That much I can
So
see.
you see more than your father ever did.
Your words are wasting my time. Get inside.
You lead the way.
You go first.
In case I run away.
No. In case you choose where to die. I want you to taste the bitterness of death. Your sentence is swift and severe.
The suffering has ended. You have won freedom. The deed is done.